Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rhyme of the Times for the weekend in 9th of November 2024. So, a campaign's ebb and flow turned into a one-man show. One man with a huge ego, leaving Democrats feeling low with nowhere to go. And Kamala felt the blow, though some preferred to blame Joe. And the rest of the world now wants to know just how Trump 2.0 will go. Starmer and Badenoch go toe-to-toe in Kemi's first PMQs, mano-a-mano. Great sorrow over the loss of a music maestro and recording virtuoso. In Valencia, people's anger and grief show as at the royals eggs and mud they throw. Weather once considered freak is no longer unique, like the disastrous flooding in Valencia last week. And people's wrath turns to those in high positions, those responsible for making big decisions. If they believed the science, if they really cared, they would have acted quicker and been more prepared. Even Spain's king and queen on Sunday weren't spared when they visited the disaster zone. Tempers flared. Their condolences too late for those hit by the flood. Representing authority, their names are now mud. And mud at the royal couple is what was thrown along with eggs as locals let their feelings be known. Wednesday morning, a collective intake of breath from the planet's entire length and breadth. From too close to call to a landslide victory, Donald Trump came from nowhere to make history. Most thought his political career was dead when he lost to Biden and then lost his head, as he clung on as president by dubious means. Who can forget those 6th of January scenes? But Trump is resilient with skin of leather. For him his comeback was when, never whether. And so on November the 5th, 2024, there were fireworks as he roared back through the White House door. Across Earth's skies, Trump's banner was unfurled, the first convicted felon to lead the free world. And as Kamala left the stage of Earth's greatest show, thoughts turned to anticipation of Trump 2.0. Putin and Netanyahu may be popping champagne as things don't look great for Iran or Ukraine. And foreign business and the Eco Brigade probably have good reason to be very afraid. Drill, baby, drill was one of Trump's campaign refrains, and tariff is the most beautiful word, he proclaimed. And as for illegal immigrants currently in the US, they're probably now in hiding or a state of distress. So why were the polls so wrong? How was it that all these Trump fans stayed hidden in the closet? The Democrats certainly didn't see it coming. They thought Kamala was well in the running. But in the end she slumped with an unedifying bump. In the swing states, each card she played was trumped by Trump. So the Blue Party has begun its post-mortem to see what this annihilation has taught them. Maybe they should have acted much faster in putting Joe Biden out to pasture. And should Harris have been coaxed to find new pastures too, to allow a stronger candidate to make a breakthrough? Because in the end, the hard truth to be faced, Kamala didn't have the skill set to win the race. Against a guy with convictions and bad addictions, she surely should have won with a bit more conviction. After her candidature had been announced, Democrats definitely enjoyed a big poll bounce, but gradually her novelty value wore thin. People sensed there wasn't much substance within. Being under 60, black and female, couldn't conceal her lack of policy detail. No clear vision. In fact, she told everyone she'd keep doing exactly what Biden had done. Continuity wasn't what the public craved, so her campaign flagged and finally caved. But for the defeat to be so outright and stunning, Trump had to capitalise on his opponent's shortcomings. Many see him as a hyperbole-fuelled hyperbully, but that is to not understand his shtick fully. And this was his third attempt. He was campaign astute, so he knew how to win, and that win was absolute. And no one can deny Trump knows how to fight. 2 attempts on his life, but he didn't take flight. And on Saturday a third attempt came to light. In September, Iran's Ayatollahs had him in their sights. For our Foreign Secretary David Lammy, Trump's win was something of a double whammy. As if dealing with Trump for 4 years wasn't enough, he was reminded of a lot of embarrassing stuff in the past that he'd said and written about Trump that showed he ain't exactly smitten. The media went over old ground and had the soil churned, exposing Dave, who squirmed like a dislodged worm. But he acted unconcerned and also affirmed that his views on Trump had somewhat U-turned. On Wednesday, Kemi Badenoch was introduced as Starmer's new adversary for PMQs, and many observers and analysts agreed her debut performance as the Tory leader had posed a different challenge for Sir Keir to the one Rishi presented for the last 2 years. News came on Sunday of the death of Quincy Jones, the guy with music in his blood and his bones, from jazz to funk to soul to rap and hip-hop, from Billie Holiday in the 50s all the way to Snoop Dogg. And with the likes of Michael Jackson and Frank Sinatra, iconic sounds were conjured by the Master Blaster. Born in the 30s during the Great Depression, privation suppressed creative expression. Broke into a community hall looking for food, found a piano, and his life changed for good. If he hadn't found music, Quincy once said, he would probably have wound up in jail or dead. Now sadly he is dead at 91 years old, leaving a legacy forever to have and to hold, of film scores and songs of volume untold.